more than discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come my brother, come my sister, and let us build a nation together. Ooh, yeah, yeah. Ooh, yeah, yeah. Remember, the key to success is working hard. For our country, we must have regard.
For our country, we must have regard. We need to work hard and work smart to transform Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique. I want to welcome you to the Dynamic Hour. Again, I want to encourage those on Facebook and YouTube, please share the live. Sharing is caring. When you share, you give your friends, wherever they might be, the opportunity to view, to listen, to be a part of the program. I want to start off this morning by saying our economy is doing well. Our economy is well managed. Our economy is performing exceptionally well. And I will play for you 3 pieces from the experts, from those who are given the authority by law to look over government's finance and performance. That oversight committee, they reported and they told the Grenadian people how well the economy is doing. They presented the health of our economy. So I will speak to that this morning. But before I do, I am somewhat baffled by the reaction of the NNP, by the reaction of groups that consider themselves to be, or by groups that consider, themselves to be constitutionally sound. They're advocates for constitutional rights and so on. They're a bit angry, pissed that for the first 3 months in 2024, 1,273 people got registered. They're angry, they are pissed because to them, they believe the majority of these people are in the diaspora. And I say to them, yes, but these are our brothers and sisters, and you are not more Grenadian than them. You don't have more rights than our brothers and sisters who are Grenadians living in the diaspora, because you are living here in Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique. You are not more Grenadian than them. So why are you angry? Why are you bitter? Because they got registered? Because they're able to vote? You see, a lot of these people underestimate your humble servant. I told you that I will take as a pet project the registration of as many Grenadians as possible in the diaspora. Registration is key. And you should no longer be considered the 16th constituency just for remittances, barrels, and so on. But you need to participate in the election. You need to vote. You need to keep the transformation agenda alive and well. So I took that as a pet project. And I must say, I'm very impressed with the numbers. And we must continue to register once you come to Grenada for a funeral, once you come to Grenada for some event, once you come to Grenada for some wedding, for a vacation, for carnival, make it a duty and register so that you can vote when that time comes. And don't worry with none of them. The law is very clear. There is no ambiguity. There is nothing here that is tied up or confusing. The law is abundantly clear when it comes to elections in Grenada. It is clear for anyone. You don't need to be a lawyer to understand what the law says. A person is entitled to vote in an election in Grenada in a constituency if on polling day he is qualified and registered as an elector in that constituency and his name appears on the current list to be used for that constituency. So don't make them confuse you. Once you are registered, once you meet the requirements, you get registered. You have your identification card and your name is on that voters list for that constituency. No one could prevent you from voting. No one. And here it is. A person shall be entitled to be registered as an elector in any one constituency if he, A, is a citizen of Grenada, B, is a Commonwealth citizen who has resided in Grenada for a period at least 12 months immediately before the date of his registration, has attained the age of 18 years, and is ordinarily resident in that constituency. Don't make them fool you. So, if you are a Grenadian citizen, you have a Grenadian passport, right? You have a Grenadian birth certificate, you're a Grenadian, you have a right to register. So you present the evidence that you're a Grenadian, your birth certificate or your Grenadian passport, right? You attain the age of 18 and you are ordinarily resident in that constituency, meaning that is where you're born and grew. That is your constituency. That's your village. This thing is basic, right? The framers of the law knew clearly that a person may leave Grenada and go on to greener pastures to work, to study, and other things like that. And they may build a house in a particular village or constituency. They may have a business there. They may visit from time to time, but they have equal rights like anybody else here in Grenada. We are Grenadians. Even if you leave here and you go overseas to come back, you're still a Grenadian. When it comes to a Commonwealth citizen, for a Commonwealth citizen to be registered, that person must be in Grenada 12 months prior to getting registered, 1 year. So that person must be here for at least 1 year before. That's a Commonwealth citizen. We are first and foremost Grenadian. And then we are Commonwealth citizens as we go to the other countries within the Commonwealth. Right? First and foremost, we are Grenadians. So what applies to us is A, you are a citizen of Grenada. So don't worry with some of these people who believe that they're bright. You cannot change the law to suit you, to suit your narrative. Why you're angry that Grenadians are registering? Why are you angry? Why are you pissed? Why? This is our home. This is Grenada. So if a person goes overseas, they're still Grenadian and they can vote, they can participate in our election. Why you're angry? Because you have lost support in the diaspora? Because they no longer see the NNP as viable, as able to govern, as able to move this country forward? Why you're pissed? Embrace it. Embrace the fact that the law is clear. The law has been amended on umpteen occasions. The latest amendment spells it out clearly, but the law stands. The law stands. So I am saying it is time that you get that in your head. We will continue to mobilize and organize our patriotic brothers and sisters who want to see this country continue to transform. In fact, I will be going to the United States again this year, twice, soon time. I will be out there again within a space of what? Not long from now, I will be in the United States again to mobilize and organize our brothers and sisters so that they can understand their role in this democracy. And have no fear. Kem Jones is here. Once I embark on something, it will be successful. So I will be in the United States, and also I will be in Canada. Right? So those two places. It is my intention to be in New York for Grenada Day and for Labor Day. And also it is my intention to be in Miami for a very important engagement. So again, saying to you, we will continue to mobilize and organize. Yes, I will be in the United Kingdom very soon too. So I'm working on that. But certainly, I will be in the United States and I will be in Canada in soon time. Right? My good friends say, come to New Jersey. Yes, it is my hope. Once you organize in New Jersey, once you organize in any part of the United States, once you organize, I will come and address you. I will come and engage you once you organize, right? So Boston, yes, I've been to Boston, but once you organize, or Grenadian brothers and sisters, right, just organize. So you're out there, organize, and let me know, and I will be there. All right? Organize the troops, organize our people in Boston, organize. In New Jersey, organize. Well, New York is already organized. Miami, same thing. Canada. In other words, all you need to do is to just organize, and I will be there. Because it is my task to mobilize and organize you, to ready you, so that you can participate in record numbers in our elections. Because this is your home. Grenada is your home. Let the NNP remain there and beat up and bite up themselves. Let them fight among themselves. Who cares? We will ensure that the transformation agenda succeeds and continue. So the mobilization needs to continue. Very important indeed. We need to get as many of our people, because remember, we have 10 times the amount of Grenadians living abroad than here in Grenada. So we need to get the numbers going. I mean, they're surprised. 1,000 something people register in such a short order, right? And make it even worse. From February, just that period, to early March, that's when the majority of people got registered. So they're concerned. But we mobilized, we organized, and we will continue to do that. We will continue to do that. So, again, I want to congratulate the folks who registered. I want to thank you. I want to encourage you to mobilize your friends, your colleagues, your people who are like-minded, who wants to see this government succeed, who wants to see the transformation agenda continue. We have to make sure that it continues. Let the NNP remain there and cuss and fight and make melee, right? But we will continue on that path. So you can expect me. So I will be in New York for Grenada Day. I will be in New York for Labor Day. And I have a number of engagements while I'm out there. It's so important. And it's my hope also, New Jersey, organize, right? Boston, organize. I will be there. Just organize, mobilize, and I will be there. I have been to Boston, yes, but on a different, mission. But this, when I'm out there, the mission is to get our people to register, to get our people to come back home, to get our people to understand what is happening here, the transformation that's happening here in our home or homeland. All right. So Miami, I'm coming your way too. So we are doing great things. Canada, I'm coming your way too. We are doing great things because you see, the NNP, they used to be all powerful out there in the diaspora. They used to be, they were big out there, but they disappointed the people in the diaspora, right? That is why today the NNP cussing the people in the diaspora. They vex, they angry. Every time they open their mouth and they hear diaspora, is word. Word for so. But you can't stop 6 runs. You hear me? You can't. And come next election, the NDC will win far more seats than they have at present. I don't embark on anything to fail. All right? Anytime I embark on a mission, it will be successful. You hear me? Good. So let's move on. Let's look at the Grenada economy, Grenada's economy, because the NNP don't want you to talk about the economy. They don't. They want bad news. That is what the NNP wants. But it's not Kim Jones telling you that the economy grew. It is not Kim Jones telling you that the economy expanded. It is not Kim Jones telling you that the rate of inflation dropped. It is or declined. It is not Kim Jones telling you that the rate of unemployment declined or decreased. It is not Kim Jones telling you that the labor market conditions continue to improve. It's not me, the experts. So I want to feature that this morning, and let me play the first piece for you. All right. Local video requires. Hold on. All right, let me get this. I'm not sure the device up for. Oh boy, what's going on here? All right, just trying to get something here. What's going on here? Trying to add this. All right, so let me add this. Good. So let me get part one first. Part one. So I'm playing part one for you first.
Great. So some of the key messages that we wanted to leave with our listeners are as follows. One, Grenada's economy expanded further in 2023, driven primarily by activity in the tourism sector as well as the construction sector. Two, the rate of inflation declined moderately, and consistent with global trends. Three, labor market conditions improved as the economy continued to rebound, with jobs being added in tourism and other ancillary sectors. And four, the domestic banking sector remained stable with high levels of liquidity and relatively low non-performing loans. So in 2023, despite all that's happening in the world, the geopolitical tensions in the Middle East, tensions between Russia and Ukraine, despite still high levels of global inflation and monetary policy tightening across the major central banks in the ECCU, the Grenadian economy continued to do well. It had pretty robust economic growth. It was also successful in attracting FDI as it pursued its broader development objectives. And this was also reinforced by increased levels of public sector investments.
Right. So I cannot turn that thing up higher because the gentleman who, that's Mr. Bullen, I think, who spoke there, he's, excuse me, his voice is somewhat low, right? He speaks moderately, his tone and so on is not too loud. So I cannot turn it up anymore. That's the max. All right. So I can't turn it up. To those who say to turn it up, I can't. The volume cannot go further. Good. So you have to listen attentively. I hope my good friend Kim the King can make some adjustments on his end on the radio to turn that up there. But I can't turn it up further. Good. You have to listen attentively. Turn your device up, the volume of your device. So let's move uh, to part two, and I just numbered them uh, in parts. So part two now. So I hope you're taking note. All right, turn up your own device, the volume there. Good, nice. Let me play part two.
In 2023, growth is estimated at 5.5%, following growth of 7.3% in the prior year. And this outturn was shaped by the ongoing robust recovery in the tourism industry, as I mentioned earlier. In 2023, growth is estimated at 5.5%, following growth of 7.3% in the prior year. And this outturn was shaped by the ongoing robust recovery in the tourism industry, as I mentioned earlier, proxied by the hotel and restaurants, which grew by 15.6%. Construction rose by 12.6%. And transport, storage, and communications by 5.2%. We also saw some positive contribution from education of 3.8%. On the flip side, there was some contraction in the agricultural sector of 6% on account of adverse weather conditions during 2023. As I mentioned, tourism continues to be the key driver of growth in the economy, and this continued to expand in 2023, consistent with the global recovery in the demand for leisure services. Accordingly, total visitor arrivals increased by some 50.7% to 504,403 visitors, relative to 334,799 visitors in the prior year. Importantly here, all the major categories of travelers recorded strong growth, led by cruise passengers, which grew by 64.5%, stayover visitors, 33.7%, and yacht passengers, 31.1%. Equally as important here is the fact that stayover arrivals from all the major source markets, except the Caribbean, have fully recovered relative to their 2019 levels. So visitors from the US, UK, Canada, have also passed their levels back in 2019, which is a very positive development for the economy. However, cruise and the yacht subsectors have not yet fully recovered, but are making very strong gains. In construction, it's estimated to have expanded by 12.6%, consistent with a vibrant tourism industry and coupled with ongoing public and private sector investments. I just want to turn our attention briefly to the
there. That's part 2. All right. So I hope you're listening to Mr. Bullen there, explaining, talking about the economy and how healthy it is, and that we're doing good here in Grenada.
Also on the external sector, our capital account, we actually experienced a surplus on our capital account, and this is estimated to have widened to $341.5 million, up from $128.4 million. What is the key driver here? Basically, flows associated with CBI approved projects and the National Transformation Fund rose to $329.6 million in 2023, relative to $117.5 million in 2022. So it's clear that the CBI flows are continuing to be a major contributor to the inflows of foreign exchange into Grenada. On the financial account, we had net inflows amounting to $259.2 million. And of this, foreign direct investments would have continued to advance, posting growth of 5.6% to $394.7 million. Ultimately, Grenada's stock of foreign reserves rose in 2023 relative to 2022, rose by $194.2 million. All positive for Grenada and for our foreign exchange and the backing of the EC dollar. Turning our attention now briefly to fiscal and debt developments. On the fiscal front, the government of Grenada recorded both a primary and overall surplus. A primary surplus of $276.2 million, or 7.6% of GDP, and an overall surplus of $225 million, or 6.2% of GDP in 2023. What really drove such a huge surplus? Basically, there was an outsized or an unusually large current account surplus after grants of $563.7 million. And this was mainly on account of the inclusion of CBI inflows under non-tax revenues. And this is an accounting treatment that took effect in 2023. So prior to that, only fees associated with the National Transformation Fund were entered under non-tax revenues. But as of 2023, practically all of CBI inflows were recorded under non-tax revenues, except those funds set aside. On the current account balance, current revenue increased by 46.1%, again driven by CBI inflows, but also tax revenues also rose, and all major categories of tax revenue improved year on year. By contrast, current expenditure declined by 2.5%, influenced by a decrease in transfers and subsidies, and also decrease in interest payments. On the capital side, the government increased its spending by 15.6%, or $53 million, to $393.2 million. And dominating this were expenditures associated with the acquisition of 83.9 acres of land to serve as a future home for a national teaching hospital, in addition to other projects. Now, what does Grenada's debt situation look like? So based on the latest data that we received from the Ministry of Finance, Grenada's total public sector debt, inclusive of Petrocaribe debt, rose by 3.1%, or $80.7 million, to $2.69 billion, compared with $2.62 billion in 2022. So an $80.7 million increase to $2.69 billion. This upward movement in debt was driven by the central government, which recorded a $105.9 million increase, while the debt of statutory bodies and state-owned enterprises declined by $25.2 million. But despite the increase in debt, We also note a pretty sizable increase in the GDP of the country, the gross domestic product. So in nominal terms, Grenada's GDP grew by 8.8%. And when you juxtapose the increase in debt over an expanding economy, the total public sector debt as a percent of GDP actually contracted by 4.1 percentage points to 74.6%, down from 78.7%. So we had a downward movement in the debt to GDP ratio from 78.7 to 74.6%.
Nice. To make some adjustments here because my voice is way louder than Mr. Bullen's voice. All right, nice. Because the volume had to go all the way up for his voice. Good. So I hope you kind of get it there. Grenada's economy is doing well. The government is managing the economy well. And that is what the NNP cannot stomach, cannot take, cannot accept. They just can't accept that. Construction is on the increase, tourism on the increase, more visitor arrivals. Things are happening. Things are happening for us. The GDP that is looking good, or gross domestic product that is looking good, down from, well, it used to be 78.7%, and now it's down to 74.6%. All right. The actual debt itself grew. It grew because, we acquired lands for the teaching hospital and other things like that. All right. Uh, so the debt itself is at 2.69 billion. Right. It used to be 2.62 billion. All right. So again, it's kind of understandable. We realize surpluses, which is great. Things are looking good. The economy grew by 5.5%. I mean, look, it is looking good. Bearing in mind that things globally is tough. There are a lot of uncertainties and things are happening globally. And Grenada is part of a global village. But based on what you heard there from the experts, things are looking great for our country. Things are looking good. So let us keep it that way. Let us keep it that way. So, so far, so good. So far, so good. So we are not, 2.7 billion. No, we are still 2.6 billion or 2.69 billion. We're still under that. And so far, the government is not taking any bad loans, nothing of that sort. It has to be beneficial to our people. So remember, the NNP said, well, these young people, they can't manage, they can't this, they can't that, they have no experience. But you heard it yourself from the experts. Things are looking good for Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique. This morning, I want to give you the opportunity to call in to talk. We have 17 minutes remaining in the program for this morning. 17 minutes remaining in the program for this morning. So if you want to talk, you can. The number is 415-4817. 415-4817. If you want to call in, you can. You can call me via WhatsApp. You can call me straight. The number again, 415-4817. You're free to call. The economy is doing well. Unemployment is dropping. The rate of inflation has decreased. All right, that's great. The labor market, the conditions there, that continues to improve. Our GDP continues to look good, right? Things are happening for us. We are realizing surpluses, meaning more money, more cash. So we're taking in more and we're saving more. So things are looking good for us. Things are looking good. Let's take the first call. Good morning. Good morning, caller.
Yeah, good morning, Kim. I want you to play for me where Keith Mitchell said that these young boys is the best, is the right people to be around the country, something like that. Remember that? Remember he had said so in some session he had.
Well, this morning we don't really want to hear Keith Mitchell's voice. All right.
Okay.
So I'm not going to play this morning. All right. Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, man. All right. Let's take that call. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Kim.
Yeah, good morning.
Kim, I don't call often, but you just always be tooting, saying wonderful things about the government, and I appreciate that. So thank you. And this morning I want to say thank you, and I want you to, know that you're doing a wonderful job, and I want you to keep it up because it's so important. Okay.
Thanks, man.
So all right, man. Have a good day.
Yeah, blessings. Thank you very much. Thank you very much there. Yeah, every now and then, hearing that is always a good thing. All right. Good morning.
Morning, sir. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. And you?
Not too bad today at all. I want to send out special thanks to the family of Magna and Washout in the United States. You remember a couple weeks ago, I called you in the session and I spoke about the fruits that can be gathered in Vincent's?
Right.
Right. Well, these people and them heard that quite from the States and they decided to help. So they sent me a meaningful contribution so I can get money to buy juice and refreshment for the kids that is participating in the Joy Cricket School in Laura. So I'm saying again, thanks very much to the family of Washout and Magna, and I hope they continue to provide a little bit more blessings for me and other people and children in the country. Thank you.
Beautiful. Nice. It's always good to say thanks. Yeah. Blessings flow. All right. Again, the number is 415-4817. 415-4817. That's the number to call. And look, at the end of the day, we have to continue to talk about the positive things that are happening in the country. Because historically, the NNP used to dominate the airways with all kinds of negativity when they were in opposition during 2008 to 2013. They do not control the narrative anymore. They do not control all the airways, even if they're on radio and they're on podcast and they're doing their thing. Grenadians want to hear the positive stuff, the good things that are happening in the country. So we have to continue doing that morning and night. It's not easy, but we have to continue on that path. Again, it's an opportunity for you to call in. Let's take that call. Good morning. Good morning, caller.
Hello, Kim. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
I just want to take the opportunity to say to the government, you're doing a good job. When I listen to the naysayers on the street, sometimes you feel that nothing is happening. But when you hear news like that, like what you played this morning, and I heard the news last night myself, I feel that, we're going places. We're going a lot of places. We're going mileage. So I don't want to be ungrateful because sometimes we don't take time off to say thank you. Thank you to the government of Grenada for making us look so good, not only in the eyes of the IMF, but the eyes of the world, that amidst the crisis that is going on all over the world, we continue to strive. We continue to do well. One thing I want to do, Ken, before I leave, is to encourage Minister Kate to encourage the young people
she's not a minister, she's an MP.
MP, sorry, yes. To encourage her to let the young people in her community know that they can go into Tam City and do something positive with their lives. We have the creative industry that they can go into. A number of things is happening in Grenada. I know she said nothing is happening for the youth. And I want to just let her know that there is a lot of things happening. So maybe she can just take some time off and go through her constituents and anybody that is idling on the block early in the morning. Take their name and have a one-on-one with them. Know what the issues are so she can encourage them to join the creative industry or the creative art industry, or going to TAMCC. TAMCC is now free, and they're offering a number of courses, a number of classes that they can enroll in, and they don't have to come to St. George. They can go to Sotell. Just a word of encouragement, just that
and they can also go to Nulo.
They can also go to New York,
Yes,
and
that's
that
free.
too is free, right?
Yes.
So just a word of encouragement to her, in case she's feeling so down that nothing, she sounds so passionate yesterday that nothing really is happening, and she's so concerned, I really want to encourage her that there are a lot of avenues for young people, and I know some have been taking advantage of it, so she herself could see what she can do to help with that is concerned. Instead of thinking of having, the free money that she will be getting, let the people understand that they can work and that she herself can help in whatever area that she can so that they could better their lives as individuals. Thank you very much, Ken,
nice.
for opening the door this morning.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, that's Hillary Alexander there, and she's the president of the women's arm of the NDC. Good morning, caller.
Hi, good morning, Kim Jones. How are you going?
I'm good, and you?
I'm blessed, man. I just want to call on some of the supporters of the NNP. I want them to know the different ministry and who responsible for who. I want them to know that Deacon Mitchell don't responsible for sending back anybody. Deacon Mitchell is a prime minister, not an immigration officer.
All right.
And I also want them to know that he coming to help our poor parents, those who years you're in a pit latrine. He improved their life to put them in a flush style. He improved their life. They all mother and father in this country. That is what he come to do, to help them.
Fully agree.
Bye bye, my
all right. And I know certainly my good friend there, Glenda, is speaking about what was discussed on the WFM Plead Your Cause program. All right. So, Glenda, I listened to nearly all programs throughout Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique. All right. And Miss Farry, don't worry, people. Live your life and enjoy to the fullest, Miss Farry, and enjoy your significant other. All right. Who vex. Live your life. All right. Let's take that call. Good morning. Hello.
Good morning to you.
Hi. Good morning.
Good morning
Yeah,
to you.
yeah. Good morning. Go ahead. Good morning. We're listening to you.
Yes. I want to send a message to Miss Louis, Kate Louis. Instead of she running down the government and say that them young people don't get in anything, and the money that she have, oh Lord, I know she have some money. Papa God knows she have money. Give them young people and them a little thing, a little packet on a weekend. Give them something to go by instead of you running them down. And I want to tell the nation people that the young child that danced with the Prime Minister, the Hilanto, is my granddaughter from Carriacou.
Oh, beautiful.
Brother Kim, you have a blessed day.
Same to you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And she did a wonderful job. And our beloved Prime Minister did a fantastic job. I mean, he's a good dancer. It seems from what we have seen so far. So big up your whole self, the most honorable Deacon Mitchell. Again, the number is 415-4817, 415-4817, 415-4817. Yeah, you could call. We still have 6 minutes left in the program. So the economy is doing well. And the program is uploaded, so you can go back in your free time and listen to what Mr. Bolin had to say. All right, let's take that call here. Good morning.
Hey,
good morning.
Kim.
Hi.
Kim.
Hey.
Good morning, brother. Long time I ain't call you.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, I send a message to them, to NDC people. Anytime they come and talk and say this and that, just tell them to read the fact report. That's all I tell them. I told them, read the fact report and listen to the fact report. Ken Jones, I listened to this report, and that's one of the best reports I ever heard for a long time. Can you imagine the economy growing by 5.something percent? The debt to GDP rate dropped from 48% from 78% to 74%. Second, I didn't expect to hear that the way those people talking. And I want you to send a message to this thick-skinned woman to get something to do. She can't prove nothing what she's saying there. All she just said, more open and more jump out. Can you have a good day?
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much there. Good morning. Good morning, caller.
Hello, good morning, Kim.
Hi, good morning. How you doing?
How are you, sweetheart?
I'm good, and I'm fine, thanks.
Well, I'm calling to tell you hats off to you. Kim, I just sit down home here and I just be listening to you. I'm calling from Gulf Coast, your little friendly.
All right, yes.
I just sit down and listen to you morning, noon, and night. And Kim, blessings from God for you and to my Prime Minister. The NNP and them were saying they ain't seeing nothing do. I listened to her, she name and yesterday morning and saying up there that the government ain't doing nothing and the youths and them on the street they don't get nothing to do. But as I say, she is the one up there in her constituency to see the youth do something. Go to the government and help the people of the government can do everything. What I want government to do everything. But anyway, you know what I have to say? Blessings to you, blessings to my Prime Minister. They're doing a lot, and I can't expect them to do the whole of Grenada at one time. The months and how much years that they look how much thing they do. Even down Kevin, the minister down here in the south by we the one in Karaku. Look how much thing they can't see. Well, if they're blind, let us sit down there.
All right.
So, Mr. Kemp,
one love.
hats off to you, sweetheart.
All
Hats
right.
off to my beloved Prime Minister and Kim and everybody.
Beautiful.
Goodbye.
Nice. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, dear caller. Thank you very much indeed. Again, the number 415-4817. And look, we have to just continue to talk about the positive things that are happening in Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique. And my good friend Winston Paul. Hey, Winston Paul. So they will be at, let me see. You know, this weekend is Maroon and String Band Festival in Carriacou. They will be having a breakfast. That's Winston Paul and the team. They'll be having a breakfast there, you know, the constituency branch. They'll be having that outside the Public Works office in Hillsborough, starting time 6 a.m. on Saturday. On Saturday morning, right, the constituency branch, you know, the NDC constituency branch, they'll be having a breakfast sale on Saturday morning, starting at 6 a.m. 6 a.m. outside the Public Works building there. Let's take that call. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
Hey, morning. You hearing me?
Yes, yes.
All right. Well, it's a long time I ain't called,
Yeah.
but I find the program quite interesting this morning, as usual. Well, you know, I do commend the government highly. First of all, well, you know, my area is education.
Yes.
And I so much compliment them for what they've putting into education, especially with this the removal of the tuition fees, the registration fees from the TAMCC and New Law. Because what I've realized over the years, lots of children, you have children who would have done well at the secondary level. Then you have children who did not achieve academically, but technically they could have done more. But because their parents couldn't afford, some of them just dropped off by the way and whatever. But now we're seeing children making use of it. And as a retired teacher, when I meet my students, because I do know some of them who didn't go to college because of financial reasons. And I keep saying to them, meeting them and telling them, you have an opportunity now. Not because you've left school. School is finished. School is not finished for you. You have an opportunity now, so go out and take advantage of what is offered to you. I always remember my past education minister who said, a country does not rise beyond the educational level of its people. And so once we educate our people, we must see the rise to independence, the rise to self-sufficiency and the like. All that will be moving upwards, and Grenada surely will succeed. So complimentary remarks to the government, and I continue to pray for you, pray for the government, so that God will continue to give the members wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And we as a nation, let's keep backing them up, because we want a nice, quiet, peaceful nation to live in now and for years to come. So God bless you. And Kim, God bless you also.
All right.
Continue the good work. God is faithful. He will not forget your work and labor of love.
All right.
Blessings.
Plenty love. Nice. Thank you very much there. Thank you very much indeed. Right. So we're at 9. So I want to thank all the callers, all the people who called in and expressed themselves. I'll be back with you. Right. Let's just take that last call. All right. Hello. Hello.
Morning.
Hi. Good morning.
Tim?
Hi.
Okay. What I want to say is the government, this is astonishing, it's not astonishing, but it's real. They have supplied money for low-income families who want to develop their property against the weather, the adverse weather conditions that we have. So they have this money available. They can borrow it with a 1% interest rate, and it's basically for low-income families. I tell you, that's marvelous. That's wonderful.
Of course.
They thought about everything.
And that's a GDP.
Yes, a GDP, yes.
Oh,
yes. It's there for them. It's there for them.
Yes.
So God bless you, Kim. God bless the government.
Beautiful. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you very much, dear caller. Thank you very much indeed. All right. So a lot of good things are happening for Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique, and we need to continue on that path. We need to talk about it, right? Because look, the NNP used to say, well, they can't run the economy, they can't manage this, they can't this, they inexperienced, all kind of stuff. But now the economy is doing way better than when the NNP was there. So we have to boast about that. We need to talk more about it. Go back and listen to what Mr. Bullen had to say, and you could break it down nicely. You understand? And talk about it. What is happening, the growth, the percentage, do the comparison, the unemployment rate, and do the comparison, the numbers, the rate of inflation and the decline, and, talk about that. Construction on the rise, tourism on the rise, visitor arrivals, and, things are happening. CBI program doing well. So we need to talk some more. Right? I don't think is the migration something. The name change. Right? The name change. But you know what we're talking about. But folks, I want to say to us, let us continue to talk about the positive things that are happening in the country. The government is doing well. And thumbs up to the government of Grenada. Let's talk about it everywhere we go. So have a wonderful day. I'll be back with you tonight. Last night we had some internet issues, so I couldn't be on last night. When you have these kind of problems. But God's willing, I'll be on tonight, starting from 8 in the PM. Take good care and bye for now. Have a wonderful day. Bye.